Hello and welcome to my channel today, thanks to the kindness of my patrons, of all the new Tengu weapons available with the Icebrood Saga No Quarter episode. Whilst you enjoy some eye candy, I thought I'd read to you some lore and we could explore this enigmatic race together. So the Tengu are a proud race of avian humanoids who once lived on the plains and mountains of Cantha. Today, many make their home in the Dominion of Winds along the Tarnished coast. They are extremely wary of the races of Tyria and do not allow outsiders into their territories. In fact, the Dominion of Winds is one of the most requested areas for players, and the Tengu is the most requested new player character of all time. Many were very disappointed that it wasn't a player race at launch, me included. Now, in the distant past, the Tengu lost their power of flight. Now, we don't know how or why. Their society is infamously secretive, especially with outsiders, so we may never know what happened to them, why they evolved this way. Now, they are masters of tool making and weaponsmithing, and humanity has often claimed credit for this development of the Tengu, but again, we don't know. This claim could very well be just a simple expression of the arrogance of humanity. Now, a few Tengu from the Dominion of Winds have set up trading posts outside the walls in order to trade with others and observe the races, all according to the wishes of the Tengu Emperor. We'll get to him later. Now, interestingly enough, although we do see individual Tengus helping with the war effort against the Elder Dragons, as a society, they have remained neutral in all conflicts. Now, within the Dominion itself, many Tengu houses are represented, many clans from all over the world, from Cantha, Alona, Central Tyria, Krytan and the Shiver Peak Mountains. However, some Tengu are known to live beyond the Emperor's rule, such as in Auric Basin and the Kotal tribe. Now, the Tengu are highly protective of their culture, and it is thought that this is a large contributor to their self-isolation. Now, apparently they have ancient, lost knowledge of the Elder Dragons, awareness of the cycles of nature and the like, but it is not known how they acquired it. And as we have battled through and found the weaknesses of the different Elder Dragons, how relevant that knowledge might be, I don't know. I think personally that the Tengu could be a pathway if indeed we are going to Cantha like it looks like in the next expansion, and I think that their knowledge of the region, their ties to it, and perhaps this ancient Elder Dragon lore that they are holding could be our story key to unlock that continent. Fingers crossed. Now, most of the history that humanity and the other races know about the Tengu begins with their southern tribes on Cantha. After the Jade Winds necessitated further settlement of Xingji Island, the Sentali tribe massacred an entire village and, well, apparently ate the corpses of the humans. Now, this conflict was known as the Tengu Wars, which raged for almost 2 centuries, until the reign of Emperor Kisu, who forged peace with the Tengu. Now, if you're interested in the history of Cantha, in the Dragon Empire, the Empress, and Master Togo, the Emperor's half-brother, and all that lovely, juicy lore, links above to that. For us here, we want to talk about the Tengu. So how did the Tengu get from Cantha to the Dominion of Winds, which is reportedly the home of most of the Tengu people? Now, what we know of Tengu history says that as a tidal wave came to Cantha, as the dragons rose, well, the Tengu took it as a sign and returned to Krytan, founding the Dominion of Winds. Have all Tengu emigrated back to Krytan? We don't know. Now, we know that not all Tengu reside within the Dominion of Winds, but we don't know how many are left on Cantha. So if we do go to the Dragon Continent, what we will encounter there is unknown. Now, the Tengu have an emperor, and they believe that their emperor is infallible. He is an absolute monarch, although the Tengu houses retain some autonomy because they are preserving the culture from each of their regions. But the emperor's word is absolute. So perhaps in the future, if there was a change of leadership, the Tengu may open up their culture to the rest of us, and I for one would welcome that. Now, what religious aspects there are to their monarchy, to the imperial house, we're not quite sure. In fact, the attitude of modern Tengu towards spirituality is unknown. However, Krytan Tengu of old believed in an afterlife, which they called the sky above the sky. A sect of Tengu were known to have guarded the celestials during the Krytan trials of ascension, perhaps similar to the ascension rituals that we, the players, have gone through, both in the old world of the campaigns and the new world of Guild Wars 2. In fact, the ritual was called We no Su, which of course means closer to the stars, so there is the potential that there are ascended Tengu, which opens up lots of different lore options, as you can imagine. But how the Celestials and their ascension ties into their religion is unknown. Now, it can be inferred that there are at least some surviving elements of superstition within Tengu society, as young Tengu are sometimes given charms to ward off harm. Some Tengu also seem to believe in prophecies to some extent, such as the Angchu, who have a prophecy that basically says one day when their clan would be free and make peace with humanity, while Tengu lands would be revealed by a heavenly star and rise. Make of that what you want. Could that be the opening introduction to the Krytan expansion? I really hope so. So that's my Tengu weapon showcase with a side order of lore. Do let me know what you think about the Tengu, what do you think about their weapons, and what do you think about my theories about the next expansion in the comments below. And, whilst you're down there, please do like this video if indeed you did like it, share it if the spirits of the wild move you, subscribe and ring that bell if you think I've earned it, and please do show some love to Cody, Kildare, Cub, Molini, Jolly Joestar, Dark Griever, and all my wondrous, fantabulous Patreons, without whom I would be unable to dedicate the time and resources I do to my channel. I can never thank you all enough. If you'd like to join them, links to my Patreon page below. And if you feel inspired to jump into Guild Wars, there are referral links down there as well, to the free-to-play game and the Path of Fire expansion, which now includes the Heart of Thorns expansion too, thanks to the generosity of ArenaNet and their partner program, of whom I am a proud affiliate. Using any of these referrals directly supports my channel, but costs you not a penny more. Now I hope you'll come back and join me for more Guild Wars goodness very soon, but until then, stay safe, stay awesome, and game on.